Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around planet Earth, woo! It is time to discuss WrestleMania Night 2. Woo! Let's talk about it. Ooh, yeah, brother. So, first, I have to say, WrestleMania Night 2, I thought Night 2 was just so much better than Night 1. The matches, and it was just more entertaining, and it's also seemed like the crowd was more into it. So let me tell you. And also the other thing with this being WrestleMania, I expected the entrances to be more spectacular, more grand, but I didn't get that from this WrestleMania. The entrances were just really lacking. But whatever. We had some good matches night too. So the first match, Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. This was for the women's championship. And let me tell you, this match right here, this was a good match. It was just really entertaining and it was just really exciting. Now, it did take me some time to get into this match, like maybe like 3 minutes, because it was like pretty much spot after spot, but it was just a really nice build up. And I would say, I think it was probably one of the best matches just from I guess maybe like from the two nights, maybe I would say this was definitely one of my favorite matches from WrestleMania weekend. And not Io Sky, but Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, they were going at each other. We had that tension, and they knocked out Io Sky. She disappeared for maybe 2 minutes, and then she finally got back in the ring and did her thing and taking out Bianca Belair and Rhea, and it was just pretty much nonstop action, and they were just going at it, and just the timing with the near pinfall attempts, and the wrestlers breaking up the pinfalls and all that kind of stuff, and it's just some really cool spots that I like. Bianca Belair, she had a 450 splash on Io, and Rhea Ripley, she broke up the pin or whatever, and then Rhea Ripley hit Bianca with the Riptide. Bianca kicked out, and then Bianca Belair, she hit Rhea with the what is the name of her finisher, KOD, and then Io Sky. It seemed like Bianca Belair was going to win the match, and then Io Sky hit the moonsault onto Rhea and Bianca, and she pinned Bianca, and she is still the champion. So this was a really good match, and they all just did a great job. And I'm happy that Io Sky won the match. And I wonder what is next for Bianca Belair? What is next for Rhea Ripley? Drew versus Damian Priest. Now, Damian Priest, speaking of entrances, I did really like his entrance. And I think maybe he had the best entrance from WrestleMania. So this was a good match. And Priest, no, not Priest. Drew dominated for like he dominated for the majority of this match, and especially the first half, I should say. But this match was just really entertaining because I wasn't really the program, the build up to the program. I wasn't crazy about it. I wasn't a fan, so I wasn't really. I didn't think I would like this match, but I really did like this match. We had chairs, tables, steel steps. Um, Drew McIntyre, he was just a really good performance. And there was one point where trying to think what happened. Drew, I think Damian Priest, he hit Drew McIntyre with a razor's edge through the table. McIntyre kicked out, and then McIntyre hit the future shock onto the steel steps. And I was like, man, why would you want to take that spot? And then pretty much Priest was going for old school on the ropes. And Drew McIntyre, he had set up tables to the outside of the ring earlier, and he pushed Damian Priest, you know, and Damian Priest, he fell onto the tables. And then Drew McIntyre, he pretty much set up, what's his name, Damian Priest put his head. Well, I'm sorry. There was a chair that was set up in the corner of the turnbuckle, and Drew McIntyre put Damian Priest, in the corner, and he hit him with the claymore, and he got the 1, 2, 3. So this match was just really entertaining. The guys went at it, and it was just overall, it was a fun match, and it was the right call for Drew McIntyre to win. I don't know what's going to happen with Damian Priest after this. And I was telling my friend Eric, we watched the show together. I feel like Damian Priest was better as a bad guy, and I feel like he has so much potential, and I really like him. He has a cool look, and I think he can do some cool stuff in the ring. But it just seemed like when he was the champion, the world champion, things cooled down. He had some, some cool moments, and then like the last couple of months, I don't know. I mean, he's had some like some he has done some good stuff, but it just seemed like things didn't go the way that they should. So we shall see what's going to happen with Damian Priest after this. And then this match right here, this was a good match. It was Dirty Dom, Breaker, Penta, and Finn. And this was for the IC Championship. And this match was presented to us by Dude Wipes. So I'm like, what is that? I thought that was baffling. It just this match is presented to you by Dude Wipes. Personal hygiene is important. We got to stay clean. I get that, but my goodness, I don't know. I thought that was funny. But anyway, cool spots in this match. The guys just really went at it, and Braun Breaker is a star. Just the performance that he had in this match was just really incredible. He was throwing the guys all around the ring. He was hitting spears, clotheslines, and then also that spot where he speared Carlito through the announcer's table. I'm like, my goodness, Braun Breaker is the future. So pretty much, and then also we had towards the end the tension with Finn Balor and Dominic Mysterio, and the finish of this match, Finn hit the double stomp on Breaker, and Dominic Mysterio. I mean, he hit the double. Blah, blah, blah. Finn hit the double stomp onto Breaker, and he was going for the pin, and then Dominic hit the frog splash on the guys, and he pinned Finn, and Dominic is the new IC champion. So good call, great match, and Dominic. I mean, he has had such a great run, and this title, and also this win, was just well deserved. This match right here, the next match, was Randy Orton. So we were all trying to figure out who's going to be Randy Orton, his opponent for WrestleMania. I didn't see this coming. Joe Henry, he comes out, the TNA champion, and he's over with the crowd. And Joe Henry, I've heard about him, online, and I think he was in, what is he? I think he was in one of the Royal Rumbles, I think. Was it from this year? I think so. Or from I think so. So I've seen a few clips of him online, but I'm not really familiar with Joe Henry, but he was over big time. But so in that thing that he does, when he turns around and he smiles, I think it's funny. So it's funny. So this match right here, this was a short match, but it was really entertaining. So the guys were, they were going at it for a few minutes. Um, Henry hit a far away slam, and then he turned around. He smiled, and then Randy Orton hit him with the RKO out of nowhere. I thought that was funny. It was really good, and then Randy Orton, he got the 1, 2, 3, and he shook hands with Joe Henry. He's like, hey, good job, telling him that the fans are here for him, and then he hit him with another RKO. So that was great. I thought that was great. I thought it was funny, and I know I've seen some stuff where people were saying like, hey, it's not right the fact that WWE had Joe Henry lose in what, like 3 to 4 minutes or whatever. Why would they do that? But I think it was fun, and I could see Joe Henry, after his contract is after he's done with TNA, I could see him in WWE. So we shall see. And then after that, the next match, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. This was a good match. AJ Styles is just one of the best, and Logan Paul, this guy has been wrestling for what, I think 3 or 4 years, I believe. And the guy, the way that he just picked up wrestling, it's just been really good, and he's also good on the mic. The guy, he can really go, And pretty much, with this match, the guys were going back and forth, and then there was some interference from Logan Paul's his one of his friends or whatever, and or I was gonna say stooge. That's the word I was looking for. And then so anyway, the guy interferes. He tries to give Logan Paul the brass knuckles, and then AJ Styles stops him. No, I'm lying. It wasn't AJ Styles. Cross showed up and he stopped the guy, and then AJ Styles. I think I got that right. I'm trying to think what happened. So yeah, his friend interfered, Logan Paul's friend, to give him the brass knuckles, and then I think Cross did get involved, and he stopped the guy, and then AJ Styles punched Cross, and then AJ Styles was going for his finisher, and then Logan Paul caught him and he pinned him. I think I got that right. I might have to watch that match again. But anyway, Logan Paul won the match. And then the women's tag team match. This was for the women's world tag team titles. Liv Morgan and Raquel versus Lyra Valkyria and a returning Becky Lynch. You know what? I really feel like, okay, because I watch Raw, so I didn't I don't know, because we all know, okay, Becky Lynch and Lyra, they won the match. Becky Lynch hit her finisher on Liv, and she got the 1, 2, 3. And then I'm thinking, okay, there's probably going to be some build up. There's probably going to be, Becky Lynch is going to go after Lyra for the women's IC championship. But I didn't expect them to, okay, win at WrestleMania the titles, and then the next day on Raw lose the titles, and then Becky Lynch, attacks Lyra. So that was a quick turnaround. That was a quick turnaround. I mean, if anything, what was the point of them winning the titles in the first place? You know? But I guess they just wanted them to win the titles and then, the next day do like a surprise finish. So it's whatever. But the women's tag team titles, those matches, I mean, those titles, it's like playing hot potato. Hey, you got the title. Here, you have the title. You have the title for a month. You have the title for 2 months, 3 months. It's like there's nothing. They're not consistent, with these titles. So I hope Liv and Raquel. I hope that they have a good run with these titles. And then the main event: Cody Rhodes versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. Man, this match right here, I know a lot of people were saying that they weren't crazy about this match. For what it was, with The Rock not being involved, I enjoyed this match. I think it got the job done. But with that being said, I feel like the final boss, The Rock, should have been there. But I'll get back to that a little later. So anyway, the guys are going at it, finisher after finisher. The guy's kicked out. Like at one point, John Cena, I think he hit the attitude adjustment at least maybe 4 or 5 times in this match. Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads several times. And so pretty much John Cena hit the attitude adjustment. And then he hit another one from the turnbuckle. I think this is like more towards the end. Cody Rhodes kicked out. And the referee got knocked out, of course. And then Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads. Although the referee is knocked out, Cody Rhodes pinned John Cena, and John Cena was down for 10 seconds, but the referee was knocked out. And then John Cena hit his finisher on Cody again, and Cody Rhodes kicked out. Travis Scott, his music hits, and I think we got a big pop. People are thinking Rock's going to come out as well. I think at that point, Travis Scott is walking down to the ring. I think it takes him 2 minutes to walk down to the ring, and while he's walking down to the ring, nothing is going on in the ring, but Cena is just smiling and just waiting for Travis Scott to come down to the ring. I thought I thought that was kind of funny. I thought it just didn't make any sense. And then so anyway, Cody Rhodes hits a crossroads on Cena, and it looks like Cody Rhodes is about to win. But what's his name? Travis Scott. He pulled the referee out of the ring, and by Travis Scott pulling the referee out of the ring, the referee was unconscious for some time. I don't know what it was, what kind of power, what kind of grip Travis Scott has on him, but he really knocked out that referee. I'm like, this is funny. And then Then of course, after that, Travis Scott, I'm sorry, Cody Rhodes hit Travis Scott with the crossroads. We got that spot, and then John Cena picks up the championship. He tries to hit Cody. Cody Rhodes stopped him, and then Cody Rhodes has the title in his hand, and he's contemplating if he's going to hit John Cena. But since Cody Rhodes is a noble person, he's a good guy. He just, he wouldn't do anything like that. He wouldn't cheat to win because he's not that kind of person. You know what I mean? And then Cena low blowed Cody Rhodes, hit him with the belt, and he pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. So I like the finish. I thought it was good. But with that being said, the fact that The Rock, he showed up. We had, it was on SmackDown, one of the SmackDowns before the Elimination Chamber. The Rock was asking Cody to sell his soul, right? And then we have the Elimination Chamber. We have that last segment with The Rock, John Cena, Cody Rhodes, and Travis Scott. And Cena turned. He attacked Cody Rhodes, and and then pretty much the John Cena and Travis Scott and The Rock, they beat up Cody Rhodes. All right. And The Rock was, behind that. The fact that John Cena did the unthinkable, that he joined The Rock. So and then, up until WrestleMania, The Rock disappeared. And then The Rock was on the Pat McAfee show, and he was saying that, I think it was someone out there, was it Nick Khan, that asked him to help him with selling tickets for the Elimination Chamber or whatever. And The Rock said, okay, let's do this, blah blah blah. And then I guess they wanted The Rock to be at WrestleMania because, to me, it would make sense for The Rock to be at WrestleMania because he was involved with the whole thing with Cody selling his soul, and then also when Cena turned on Cody. So I just thought that was kind of pointless. And The Rock was saying, it was pointless that The Rock didn't show up, and The Rock was saying, what was he saying? It was kind of like, it just, I don't know, it just didn't make any sense to me. He was saying that he didn't want to steal the spotlight from John Cena and Cody. But the fact is, you were part of the storyline at the Elimination Chamber. So why not show up at WrestleMania? Have, like what Cody did. He knocked out Travis Scott, right? And then it looks like Cody's going to win. And then have The Rock come out to interfere to cost Cody the title. And then Cena can hit his finisher or do whatever to pin Cody. I think it should have been done that way. Whatever, it is what it is. They did what they did, but I just think it didn't make any sense. And then also some of the stuff that The Rock was saying about, like, like he knew who was going to win, and I mean, of course, I mean, you're one of the top guys in WWE. And then also just some other stuff. I have to go back and watch the interview, but I'm like, why are you disclosing all this stuff? I guess, yeah, he was saying that tickets were low for the Elimination Chamber, and I think also for WrestleMania. I'm not really sure. I'm going to listen to that interview again. But please let me know, how did you feel about WrestleMania Night 2? Woo! And have a good one.